What is happening, everybody? It is Bro Daddy back here with Mr. Saucy. How are you doing today?
Good.
Good, awesome. And we're doing a little follow-up fun. We are going to do a mystery video today on a popular 80s cartoon character. And if you watched our last video of Gem and the holograms,
yeah,
I actually did some searching and I found it was the #1 80s cartoon on a database of 150 lists. So you can make your own list and pick it out how you want, but what I've done is put all my faves from growing up inside of this hat, and Mr. Saucy is gonna pick one out, and then we're gonna check it out because he probably has no clue what we're about to do.
Probably not.
So mix it up, figure out how you want to get it, and then pull out one.
Silverhawks.
Oh my goodness, that was one of my most favorite cartoons. And if you don't know Silverhawks, they were silver.
Okay.
And they were cyborgs.
Oh.
And they flew through space and they had these big like crazy wings. And there was a musical component to the show. They had this spaceship that was controlled by an electric guitar.
Cool.
So like it was absolutely crazy. So let's step on over here and check out Silverhawks. And here you go. Here, Mr. Saucy, you wanna hold our camera up, and we're going here. We'll do the theme song. That'll be perfect. Look at that bird. That bird was crazy.
Crazy.
And I think that was their base, and then their logo, and that was their leader, and then that guy played the guitar with the cowboy hat. Of course, you gotta have your cool cowboy playing guitar, and then look at them. They're like pretty awesome spaceship put together by Warner Brothers, and yeah, they would fly in the spaceship and then shoot off into outer space, and they were the Silverhawks, and then there was their rainbow of beautiful music. Look at them. Look at that guitar. It's pretty wild, and somehow how he played made like a huge difference. And then you got your bad guys in there. They're pretty evil. And look at that, he turns into like an octopus. They had a centaur and just a lot of crazy stuff. And you know what 6, 7, 8-year-old kid would not think that this is awesome?
Yeah.
And honestly, the coolest thing about them was the toys were shinier than the cartoon. So that was really, really sweet. When you saw them in the store, they were amazing. So that's the Silverhawk. So we're gonna get into the creation station and check it out. All right, so today we are in the creation station, and we have like a bunch of like really light blues and grays, just in case anyone will run out on us, and so we can add a little bit of variety. So we're gonna go landscape orientation, and we are going to start with a face right over here. Let's see how our cool gray acts for us. Starting off, we're going to make like a forehead. It's kind of coming down right like that. Okay, and then we're going to come up to a point. So this is like right above the eyes. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of slant up just like that. And we're going to make a matching and a slant upward, just like so. Now, the shape we're going to do coming off is going to be a rounded line. Alright, so we're going to start with a rounded line. And then we're going to put a little curve down below. And we're going to make a next shape come to a point, or a next line. And we're gonna say if this is the eyes, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a nose and a jaw, coming down like that, with like a visor mouth. And that's okay because we're gonna add some darkness in there. All right, so we're gonna make about an equal size curve coming down, so just like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to kind of come in and down. All right, now we are going to make a dark spot, and when I get to my dark spot, I'm just going to go ahead and get a darker gray. So we're going to see how the cool gray does. That's good. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Alright, so we're going to do cool gray here. And then we're going to curve up here and we're going to do cool gray right in that section. So it's kind of graphic looking and it sort of matches. There's a lot of symmetry going on here. Alright, so what we're going to do next is we are going to make our hair. It's kind of like he has hair coming back, really flowing through. And it's going to go up to a point like this. And we're going to follow a similar line going up to a point like this. So we're just going to kind of follow that from one side to the other. Alright. And what we're going to do is we're going to make the hair go out a little bit in the front and then up to that point in the front. And in the mask, we're also going to have another line coming up to the point just like that. We have a lot of nice movement. Then, for the jawline, we're going to go up in the back. And then we're going to come down and back up around. Alright, so we're going to go just like this. Alright, now, right behind that, we're going to do a half circle. And then another half circle right here. And we're going to have 1, 2, 3 lines coming up. Alright, just like that. And what we're going to do next is we're going to do the bottom of the jawline kind of connecting right about to the middle, sort of like that. Okay, so we have something coming across on the bottom. So the cool thing is we're creating like a facial structure, but we're creating a lot of flow in it. Alright, so what this is going to do is this is going to become a part of like where the ear and the neck meet. And then we're going to connect the jawline down to that point. And this would be a good place to pause, and we're going to replace some of our dark areas. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a little shadow in here. Alright, and then along the bottom, a little shadow coming up and going down just like that. Alright, then what we're going to do is we're going to tie that into the bottom and we're going to just sort of bring it right across like that. And the shadow kind of disappears, goes back into the bottom, starts back up and back out like that. The same thing going on up in here, so there's like a little gap in the shadow right down there, just a little tiny hair of a gap. And you could really do that any way you want if you want to make it slightly different. So we're going to switch back and we're going to make some shoulder gear here. And so what we're going to do is kind of make kind of a little snapping action where the arm would go in. We're going to go up to the shoulder. We're going to make kind of a back blade and we're going to bring it out like that. So that's kind of a fun shape. It looks really like it fit a human shoulder if you were to make a shape that went around it. Basically, you were to draw a circle around the shape of the human shoulder, it would look something like that. And we're going to make a forearm or a bicep coming down in here. We're going to make another section of it kind of flowing right like that. Okay, so these two lines are parallel. And then we're going to make a little kind of muscle action right there. Okay, now behind the shoulder, we're going to make a back pad. It comes in like that. And it's also going to come up and over and off the page. Alright, and then that's going to be where we're going to connect the other side of our neck to right about here, like that. That's the other side of our neck. And then we're going to have our matching shoulder pad on the opposite side, which is going to come basically right up like this. We have a matching shoulder pad on the other side, and then a little bit of our arm sort of coming out like that. Now, what we're going to do is switch back into some of our shadow. So we have a little bit of shadow back here. I'm going to make a little hint of a shadow right there. And then behind this part of the arm, boom, up and down, and then boom, like that. Alright, now, go ahead and fill this in. Alright, so you can see we're getting a little bit of variety of color. And then we're going to do a little bit right there, out and in, out and in. Alright, so there's the rest of our color on that one. And now that is pretty much all we're going to do on the Quicksilver portion of it. But the next thing we're going to do is we're going to switch it over and we're going to work on our bird logo right here. And so we're going to kind of switch up our gray a little bit to give a little bit of variety. And we have a nice color right there. So I'm going to go ahead and take top feather and go up. I'm just going to kind of come just like this and have a little eagle head and down like that. Of course, it's a robotic cyborg, if you will. I'm going to go add that portion there, and it's done in a few parts, so really close. We're going to get this middle beak section, and then the front of the beak section where it sort of sticks out a little bit. We're going to get that, and then the lower part of the beak like this. Come out like that. Alright, then we're going to have kind of a little jaw connector right there. And the same thing. And coming back around just like this. 1, 2, 3. And back around. Now, in between each one, we got this really neat shape. I'm going to go like this. I'm just going to go out, in, out, in. So we're going to go down, down, out, in, out, in. All right. Down, down, out, in, down, down, out, in. All right. So after that section, we're going to go ahead and mix it up. We're going to get a little bit of a darker blue, and we're going to add an eyebrow in here. We're going to leave a big opening to bring that eye around, just like that. And so we are going to have a little bit of a dark blue in there, but that's where we're going to go ahead and also put in a little bit of our lighter blue. So we have our lighter blue right in there, and then we're going to simply do an imaginary line. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little trick. We're going to take a little piece of paper and we're going to go just like that and create part of a triangle here, and it's going to come through a bird and down through all the way towards the bottom. We're going to take that and go straight across. All right. Straight across, all the way across, and then we're going to point where the rest of it's going to go, right like this. Got to connect the top just a little bit. All right, and there we go. Now from there we can build our design. So we're going to go up, we're going to follow it as neatly as we can. I'm just going to go all the way down. Boop. Same thing on the opposite side.